Hi everybody, this is Michael Walker, secondary visual aids learning specialist, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can manage your students. Specifically today I'm going to be talking about how to add new users to your course, and also how to move users from one section of your course to another, especially during semester time when schedules may change. So the first thing I'm going to talk about here is adding a new user. So let's say I am in this course here, and if I go to my settings, and I've got my settings menu, my navigation menu on the side, just like on here, dot them. I'm going to go to the users menu, and I'm going to click on enroll users. And when I do so, I get a list of all the people who are enrolled in my course, and I can click over here and enroll users. Now you say, well, I spelled it wrong. Well, that's the Australian spelling of this, if you will spell it in Australia. So I'm going to click on enroll users, and let's say I want to add Rick Bresson as a student. So I'm going to type in his last name and search. And here I see Rick Bresson. I can add him as a student, or if I'm a teacher, I can add him as a teacher, co-teacher, non-editing teacher. So you can add a colleague and a teacher to your course if you wanted to share resources back and forth and things like that. You can be able to do so a little bit easier. In this case, I'm going to add him as a student, and I will enroll that student. Now that's done, and I can say finish. And now when he logs in, you can see that he's a member of that. Now once you've enrolled the student, you might like to add them to the group or section that they might be in the course. So again, I'm going to go to settings, and under users I'm going to select groups. And my groups, I pretty much just have two groups here based on what technology they chose for I-squared. But you might have period 1, period 2, or middle level, period 1-2A, 1-2B, etc. So let's say that Rick got a quiz. So I might click on quiz, and I'm going to add and remove users here. So I'll click on add and remove users. And now I see a list of all the students in the class potential to add. And I see here's Dresden, click on his name, click add. Now, not only have I added them to the course for the enrolled users, now I've also added them included therein so that when I go to create that section, I'll have that individual in that group. Okay, so that's how you add a user to a group. Now, let's say, for example, that he changed, whoops, I put him in the wrong group, or now he's changed to a different group. I would go to the group or section that the student is in and remove from that group. So now they're out of the group, and now I'll come back down and go back to my groups and pick the section that they've moved into. Maybe he's moved to the iPad group now. Again, add and remove users, and now find the name and add to that new section. A lot of times it's helpful because you'll see a 0 next to the name, meaning they're not in any group, and that will kind of tell you that, oh, I need to add them to a group and find the section that they belong in. Hopefully this helps in how to navigate both adding users to your course as well as going in and moving them from one section to another. Now, another way you could do this is if you were back in your groups and you remembered what that enrollment key was, you can go in, if you forget it, let's say this is my period 1-2A, I can go to iPad Edit Group Settings, and I can remind myself what this enrollment key is by clicking on Unmask. It happens to be iPad on this one, and I can give that to the student. So in this case, I could have given that to Dr. Dressen and said, hey, this is the enrollment key, go to this I-squared course and enroll with that key. That would have them enroll them in the course as well as the correct section of the course that I wanted them in. And that kind of takes something off my plate then. I don't have to go in, first add them to the course, and then find the correct group and add them to that group. So either using the enrollment key to have the student enroll in the correct location, or you going in and manually doing it. Those are your options in this case. But that's how you add students to a group or to your course. Thanks and have a great day.
Today's lesson is on hemming a pair of pants. The first step is to have the person try on the pants with the shoes that they'll be wearing and determine how much of a hem needs to occur. In this case, this person's pants needed an 1.5 inch hem. At the bottom edge of the pant, we have what we call the raw edge or the cut edge. We don't want that edge unfinished, so we're going to first fold it 1/4 inch and finger press, and then bring it to the iron and steam that fold in place. So it's now been folded 1/4 inch. Then to get to 1.5 inch total hem, I now need to fold this over and measure 1.25 inches and pin in place. I'm going to find the 1.25 on my seam gauge. I'm going to fold it over, measure, and then pin in place, placing the pin along the top fold. When you pin, you want to put the pin down into the fabric through all the layers, bring the pin back up so that a small portion of the fabric is on the pin holding it in place. Then we'll proceed down a little further, lay our fabric, align our seam gauge with our fabric to measure 1.25 inches. Once you've had that held in place, then you take your pin through all the layers of fabric, down, and then bring the pin back up so that it's holding a little bit of fabric on the big pin. When your pinning is complete, you're ready to bring it to the sewing machine. Up until this point, everything that we've been sewing has been flat. The paper that we sewed on, the fabric that you sewed on for your license. This, as you can tell, is a round circle because it's already a finished piece of clothing. We have to adjust the sewing machine to be able to sew that round circle. To adjust the sewing machine, your storage compartment pulls off. If you reach underneath the machine and pull to the left, your storage compartment comes off. So you can remove the storage compartment, set it to the side, and then you take the pant leg and you slide it on the sleeve of the machine, like so. To begin sewing, start on the inseam, remove the first pin that's closest to the needle. Put your needle in the down position close to the edge of the fold. Put your presser foot down. And then, because you're going to be starting to sew, you want to remove this pin so that it doesn't get in the way of the needle. Push down on your foot pedal. Go forward about 5 stitches. Stop. Use your reverse stitch button. Go back 5 stitches. Let go of the reverse button and continue sewing forward. You're staying close to the folded edge as you sew. When you start to get near the next pin, you're going to stop with your foot pedal, pull out the pin, and then continue sewing. And you'll do this all the way around till you get to the end.
Hi, Michael Walker, Secondary Technology Integration Specialist, and today we're talking about Screencasting 101, and I'm using this presentation as my way of presenting what the screencast might look like. In this presentation, we're talking to students about their responsibilities with the eLearning Squared program and different things like that, that it's a great opportunity, blah, blah, blah. I'm going on to my next slide. Here's information about the use of the device, way that they can access information. Whoops, it cut it off, so I'm going to have to fix that.